Hey yo, in case you didn't know, this is Ortiz from the Latin American Exchange, one half of the sexiest Puerto Rican tag teams to ever grace professional wrestling. And yep, I like wrestling. Ow!
Greetings from parts unknown. My name is Sonny Sofrito, and today I am joined by
the incredible intern Nez.
And I'm also joined today by
the okay Hello Glamazon.
And I'm also joined today by
the Beige Benoit.
And finally, we're joined today by
returning. It's me, Sonny. It's Teddy. How are you all? How is everyone?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good. We actually had a fun viewing party this past weekend. Pay-per-view was all right, but, you know.
Who was it, Stomping Tim's?
It was something like that, yeah.
Stomping board.
Stomping, oh, wow, Stomping board. Stomping empty?
Yeah, half empty.
Oh,
half
Lord.
empty, yeah.
Stomping drapes.
Yeah.
You all have got to stop being so negative. Look, the glass is not half empty, it is half full. So the arena was not half empty, it was half shit. Please, please,
I'll allow
be
it.
positive, please.
Yeah.
You know what?
Right.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like
good to
it.
be positive.
Power
Unless
of
you
positivity.
have
The
AIDS,
power of
that's
positivity.
different. Thank you.
Speaking of which, Kofi had an amazing spot in his match with Dolph Ziggler, which I really enjoyed.
The escape out of the cage. That was a good
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
That was a good spot.
yeah, that was-
They use the door, but it's always to, like, as a hit on the head or something to kind of stop him from escaping. It's good they actually used it as a real escape, so that was cool.
As we've seen through his Royal Rumble, Kofi knows how to make something memorable. A very tiny thing, because really, literally, that was what? 4 seconds of a match
Yeah.
that maybe went too long, but that 4
Maybe.
seconds made the match. And it's like, and Kofi's good at that. He's done that at the Royal Rumble, where he's made a boring Rumble much better because he did a 10-second hopping spot or
On a
jumping off
chair.
something. So
Landed on pancakes.
he takes
Yeah.
very little and makes it bigger, like I did with my ex-boyfriend Speeder. It's like he takes something very small and make it worth looking at. So
Okay.
congratulations, Kofi. Can I talk about Lacey Evans touching Seth Rollins' dick? Can we talk about that? Because was I the only one who saw that?
You know
We've
what?
all seen his dick.
Sadly.
The low blow that you're referring to. You know what's funny? I was there at Jack Dempsey's for the viewing party,
Shout out to Jack Dempsey.
and
on 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.
and you know, while we're watching this match, and I say that loosely, you know, when she slapped Seth once, I'm like, okay, where's Becky? Slapped him twice, where's Becky? When the low blow happened, I was like, oh yeah, and she left her arm there for a minute.
Rather long.
I was like, yeah, Becky's definitely coming.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, she was like, the grab of the balls, Becky was out of there. She even posted that shit on Instagram. Did you see that?
Yes.
She was like, low blow, my man, I'm fucking you up. That's exactly what it meant, and that's fucked up.
First of all, it reminded me so much of China and how much I miss her.
Yeah.
And then the fact that she kept, digging at Seth, like she would hit him and he would just like boil his fist up and she was like, go ahead, hit me. You know what I was hearing? I heard Randy Orton in the locker room saying, hit that bitch.
I've been dying to drag a bitch.
You know, Randy Orton was like, it should have been me, because Randy would have been like, oh, bitch, boom.
Sounded like Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me.
I could just hear Randy Orton in the back, like, it should have been me, because you know Randy's been dying.
He
to hit
loves
someone.
fucking bitches up.
Oh, he
dying
does.
to
so
drag
true.
a bitch.
Nia Jax hasn't been seen since. So you know he was backstage looking at a Monica like, yo, Seth, hit that bitch. Hit that bitch.
One RKO. Just give me one.
Oh, Lacey Evans knew who to do that to. Had she done a low blow to Randy Orton, he'd have stopped the shit out of her. Like, right in the fucking- they'd have still been peeling him off of her right now. Oh,
I've been
Lacey
dying to hit a
Evans.
bitch.
Oh, yep, I like wrestling where we condone violence against women.
No,
No.
we are equal
In
opportunities.
the ring. In the ring.
Even in that sense, it's like, no.
In the ring, it's Sonny.
Can we just talk about the greatest thing ever? Shout out to one
Me?
Ricochet. Well, besides you, Glamazon. Ricochet winning his first WWE main roster title
Aww.
off of Samoa Joe.
After the finger booty blasting, he still got it. That was crazy. I'm so proud of him.
Teddy, comment?
I think that Stomping Grounds was a great show. And why don't we move on to some wrestling news while we're at it?
Well, you guys don't want to talk about Monday Night Raw?
Not especially. There were some solid competitors, and they wrestled.
I got 30 holes
Oh.
for 30 souls.
Taker showed up
There you go.
out of nowhere.
I don't know why.
Cool.
Let's also congratulate another first-time main roster winner of a title, EC3 with the 24/7
Oh,
title.
my
that's right.
God.
For 10 seconds, he was champion of the 24/7 title.
Yeah, he was.
Let's give him up.
That was the best thing of the show, besides the Ricochet. For the Raw, for EC3 getting it, I was so proud of him.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a shirt, but then 10 seconds later, R-Truth became champion again. So,
Yeah.
sadly.
By the way, one of the funniest things I saw on Sunday was a video by the one general manager celebrating
Yo.
the win by Ricochet. You know what? We're actually gonna put that up on Friday on the Yep Instagram.
As soon as he won the 1, 2, 3, it was like a gravitational pull just snatched me to my bedroom.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
All I heard was dun 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 dun, dun. Like from Risky Business, the music and
Oh, the,
Shout out to Tom Cruise.
the thing that Stefan said is the year of workhorses because they've been working that boy.
Yes,
So
they have.
he was working himself. So you
Teddy,
know.
you right?
So you know what happened at WrestleMania that I did like? This is the part, right? I forgot to say this 17 weeks ago about WrestleMania. It sucked.
Yo, when I got a cold, we won't talk about WrestleMania, bro.
When the heavens opened.
Yo, I'm still not fucking with New Jersey Transit. Like,
Yeah.
Newark does not exist. Nothing exists right now.
My
'cause
foot
that's
is
trash.
still sore from that weekend.
Ooh, pause. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Fam.
Sunny.
My foot.
What you and Allison do is your business. Can I just talk about the shade that was being thrown through the Ricochet Samoa Joe match?
Yeah.
Literally, Renee Young said, "Oh, this is the biggest match of Ricochet's career." I was like, "Oh, I know what you did. I saw what you did there, Renee." And then Corey Graves jumped in. Ooh, Samoa Joe just landed like a ton of bricks. I was like, "Oh, I love this. I love the shade. Please." They were calling you a fat bitch, Samoa Joe, just in case you didn't catch that. Yes, I love it.
It's funny because he fat.
Whoever's writing for Renee got slightly better.
I love the shade. I love the shade.
Slightly is a really
Slightly.
strong word.
Okay, teensy, incy.
There we
Better.
go. Yep,
Yeah.
that's good.
She had like one joke, and then I was like, oh my God, why is Renee still here? Like,
Sonny, I have got some news that I don't know how I feel about it.
Is the news that SmackDown was worth passing over?
Worf with a F.
Let's get to that piece of bad grammar in a second. But right now, Evolve is going to be on the WWE Network. They never show anything that's not WWE.
Yeah,
Very
so
true.
as reported on the wrap this afternoon, the 10th anniversary of Evolve is going to be taking place.
10th anniversary. It seems like only yesterday I never watched it.
So on Saturday, July 13th, Evolve's 10th anniversary show will be on the WWE Network, which coincidentally will be going on at the same time as AEW's Fight for the Fallen.
Oh.
So
In the Fight for the Fallen show, people don't know it is for the victims of gun violence. So all proceeds of that pay-per-view with AEW is going to go for that
Charity.
for that charity.
yeah.
Once we found out that the news came out about Evolve going into the show, we got a tweet from Kenny Omega, one of the wrestlers and presidents of AEW, tweeting, "If lining your pockets with blood money is okay, then what's wrong with trying to undermine a charity show for victims of gun violence?
Woo!
I hear that healthy competition is supposed to be a good thing, and yet I can't help but feel like I'm gonna be sick."
You know
He
what?
later on deleted that tweet and
Too
then
late.
adding, "I've said my piece and it opened the door to a very toxic environment. It wasn't a message to fans or the boys, just the decision makers. I wish everyone wrestling on any show that day all the best, that is all." Now, that does fall in line with another show that WWE is doing later in August, the same day as All Out, and the same day as a New Japan show. So again, this isn't the first time that Triple H or the heads of WWE are decided to do a show during an AEW show.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Vince likes to pretend competition doesn't exist, but he seems a bit desperate now.
Yes.
I have a question. So,
9 inches, darling.
oh, I knew that.
Don't you know
told
my
us that.
Instagram?
Around.
Oh! Shout out to thickness.
Low
God.
girth.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
Jesus Christ.
So if it's airing live, will they have it like in their vault so you can watch it after? Like, let's say you can't watch it live.
Talking about AEW?
Will it still be there? No,
Evolve?
Evolve show.
Yeah, they'll probably have it
Or
under...
is it
It'll
just
probably come on right after. It always do that.
yeah, they usually do that, but there have been times in the past where they'll have a show, they'll show it, and it'll stay on the network for maybe the first 24 hours, and then it goes away. Because that has happened in the past. I can't remember which show, but it didn't stay on. And it was like a house, I think one of the house shows
probably
in
Evolution.
Japan.
No, the house show in Japan doesn't have a tab. They do have a tab to watch if you want to.
No,
It's
but
a-
it was the one with Brock Lesnar when he took on the...
there is a tab for that. There is a tab.
I remember I couldn't find
it's
it
a private
after.
show that you can. It's on the network.
Yeah.
I can find it for you. They'll probably do something like that for Evolve
Yeah.
because it is sort of. It's sort of a farm system for really NXT
Yeah.
as well. So that
farm system? That's what you want to
I do
use?
love a
It's
good plowing, Paige. I do.
man.
I'm like next to Teddy. That's what you want to use?
Walked right into that.
Oh
Wow,
my-
he has livestock
Wow,
on his shirt.
He's such a pig.
It's been years since I had
Wow.
Teddy has a picture of a rooster on his
It's
shirt.
a cock.
cock-a-doodle-doo,
There
everyone.
you go.
Hi, Daddy.
So yes,
Hi,
Evolve
Daddy.
is a farm system.
Is Cody Rhodes
of
the
NXT.
farmer?
No.
I was
No.
hoping Brandy Rhodes would get the seeds.
Oh.
You see what I did there, Sonny? There was a lot of gay
man.
jokes in that, and you didn't do anything about it. Because
He's
you
not-
miss me.
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't disclaimed you
He
once.
hasn't.
Yeah.
Because he missed me.
I didn't even get a disclaimer for finger booty blasting. That's crazy.
So here's my
Well,
problem
those
with
are facts,
SummerSlam.
though.
SummerSlam last year sucked. That's my problem. Okay, so Sonny, trick question: who's better, Paul Heyman or Eric Bischoff? Answer: it doesn't matter because they both got jobs this week. Oh my God, Vince is giving out jobs like I give out blowjobs. My God, everyone gets one. Blowjobs for everyone.
I don't want one.
Except Paul Heyman, because even I wouldn't do that. He looks like a potato.
I guess he's not a Paul Heyman guy.
You gotta find it for Paul
Ow!
Heyman. Imagine.
Shout out to heavyset men with small dicks. My boyfriend the other day. No, I'm not doing this, Sonny.
Samoa Joe,
Back to the show. I would never fuck Samoa Joe ever.
Kevin Owens.
I would fuck every woman on 33rd Street before I ever put my mouth on fucking Samoa Joe.
Some of those women are questionable.
Ow!
Which
Shout
is
out
why
to
Teddy would.
transgender. Yes! To all my transgender followers, make a fucking choice already. Anyway, Sonny, here's the thing.
Whoa!
Eric
Those
Bischoff.
are the...
No, we
Let
can't.
it go.
We can't.
Let it
We can't.
fly.
No, no,
Wait,
let it fly.
why?
Let it fly.
Literally
Because
not
as your next general manager of Yup, I Like Wrestling, I'm letting it slide.
Wait.
I'm allowing
Wait,
it.
what?
Wait.
I'm allowing
Who
it.
said you got the job?
I already know I got the job, damn it.
You heard it here first. You heard it here
grabs.
first, folks.
No. Teddy gets to crown the
I'm
next general
taking
manager.
over.
Oh.
No.
You know what? I live with him, so yep, sure.
Really?
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
It's still to be decided. Anyway.
So Eric Bischoff is in charge of Monday Night Raw, and Paul Heyman is in charge of SmackDown. Did I get that right?
Reverse.
Yep.
Reverse.
No, it's
reverse.
reverse.
It's reverse.
Heyman's in charge of Raw,
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's
and
right.
Bischoff is in charge of
Because
SmackDown.
SmackDown's gonna be on Fox.
But Fox
But
was
Fox
surprised
doesn't want Bischoff.
they wanted Paul Heyman.
Oh my God!
Heyman
It's
does
topsy
not
turvy. It's like an
SmackDown.
orgy. I don't know where to look, Sonny.
God.
Except
was-
at my
what was
phone.
that?
Paul, give me the fucking mic. Paul Heyman does not belong on SmackDown. That
do you
shit
mean?
would be
He's-
But he
weird.
ran the show for
He
No, I'm
ran
talking
it
about
for
now.
years.
I'm talking about now, where we are with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar and shit. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
wherever Paul Heyman goes, Brock is gonna follow.
But
So
do
then we're
you-
gonna have to deal with him on fucking SmackDown.
But
No,
do you see him running it like on screen, or is it going to be more behind the
he's
scenes?
gonna do both.
Doesn't
the
matter.
same way they all
it
do.
doesn't matter. I mean, listen, he was running SmackDown, but at the end of the day, it's about running a WWE TV show.
Oh, wait. I thought that they were head writers. You mean they're being put on as like the GMs of Raw? and
No,
SmackDown? I don't want to
no,
see that
no,
shit.
no,
no.
they're-
No, I thought they were
No,
head
no.
writers.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
executive
are.
producer or directors
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
So, yeah,
Which
I
is
don't want
fine.
them on
We're
screen.
not gonna see Eric Bischoff, but we're gonna see Paul Heyman regardless, because he's still gonna be the advocate. He's not gonna just leave Brock
Yeah,
Brock
exactly.
Lesnar to
That's
have
fine.
a microphone.
I just don't want
Like,
them
totally
on
fine.
screen talent. If you're going to write, go right. But my question to you
You're
is
gonna
this.
get both.
Is Vince McMahon desperate that he's hiring competition from the 90s to write his shows now?
I don't see it as it being desperation. I see it as a comfort level with people that he's worked with in the past, especially with some of the other things that they're working on. You know, XFL, which keeps on being forgotten about.
Shout out to the XFL.
It's not forgotten about Vince though. Vince
Yeah,
is
exactly.
like focused on that, and that's always been his baby.
What's on? He fired
And-
both of them. He fired Paul Heyman and he fired Eric Bischoff.
For different reasons. I
Yeah.
mean, Eric Bischoff, was he really fired or was his contract just not renewed? because there's a difference. It's like, oh, well, you know what? We really don't need you anymore. So you know what? And remember, he was never in a
Shout out to Lucy.
management. He was never in a management role.
But he was on camera, and he was fired. Paul Heyman was backstage, and he was also fired. So why then give them the keys?
But they were never in a management role. They were as on-screen talent. Heyman was in a behind-the-scenes role, and he did well at the time. And there was politics that went on that that led to him being released or fired or whatever. But this is, it actually might be a good move.
I think it's a completely great move and a smart move for them because if we've noticed, Raw and SmackDown has been having a dip because they've had poor writing, poor continuity problems, and just overall mediocre wrestling throughout the show with probably the most stacked roster this company has ever had in their entire history. Yet they don't know what to do with any of them. If you have somebody like Eric Bischoff, who's ran WCW, who, by the way, were beating the shit out of WWE for a good long time,
83
then
weeks.
you have Paul Heyman, who not only ran ECW as a freaking mom and pop shop that pretty much was able to go toe to toe with them, but also made SmackDown probably at the best run they've ever had with the SmackDown 6. That's with Paul Heyman. You have to look at what they did, and you got to see like, okay, they might streamline the flaws of what these two shows are going through and probably make it more concise, more tight, a tighter ship that they'll be running. And that's all we're hoping for, really.
Vince is still going to be the final say.
Yeah, but the thing is that you're bringing in experienced managers to handle the staff that's putting the shows together.
Yeah, and
So it
I
makes
don't see
sense.
Vince
I-
being
to
the
me,
guy
it does.
that's going to say, I don't like it, damn it, change it all.
That's
When he's
exactly
talking-
what Vince
When
does.
he's talking to Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman, I don't see that, especially with the fact that XFL is coming very, very soon.
Yeah.
Who is
And
asking
also,
for
you know
that?
what? I think is something that I just thought about. You're also putting two people in a position of power that have a history of going to war with Vince, in the sense like
They're
they'll
not
tell-
afraid to say no to him.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They were like, no, fuck you, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So it's something that it's actually I think needed, and there's been too much of shit sliding through.
Yeah. Like they're bringing in people who know exactly how to fix what's the flaws that John Moxley has talked about and that countless other wrestlers have talked about when it comes to WWE. So I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with this.
Yeah, I never said I had a problem with it. I just said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting yelled at. I was like, damn, I
No one's
didn't.
yelling at-
Right?
no
That's
one-
just looking at me like, what did you do? I was like, I don't know.
Nobody's yelling at anybody. It's just, it's a good discussion, I think.
Yeah.
gonna be a
Yeah,
good
I don't
thing.
know. I just, I'm not mad at it.
I mean,
but
you're a huge
I
fan
don't
of
trust-
Heyman, and
Yeah.
you followed Heyman for a while.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this move?
I love it because he's a dick. Like,
And sometimes-
he's gonna make dick, and he's a dick in person. Whether you're
Yeah.
a fan, whether you're a wrestler, like
Yeah.
he was a dick to me on Twitter. I got backlash because I wasn't repping for the Bronx. Like, so I have faith in him, but I don't have faith. Never mind. Hopefully one day I'll work for that man.
He's
so.
a ball buster.
I'm
Go ahead,
like,
Teddy.
I don't have faith in Vince having so much faith in them, or it happening, and then Vince being like, "No, this is not working. We gotta go back to what we were doing or something," because he likes things his way.
Yeah.
I don't know. And since it's so PG, everybody's gonna be expecting great stuff from Paul, but I know there's gonna be so much shit that they pull him back on that's gonna be kind of annoying. Because he always says the greatest night of the year for WWE is Extreme Rules, and even Extreme Rules has been watered down.
Very.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even extreme.
Yeah.
It was just rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here are some rules, guys.
You know, I saw an image online when I was putting the flyer together, and it said it was basically the Extreme Rules logo with regular rules.
It's all regular rules. There's not one extreme match on there yet.
Like they'll do one match and it's like tables and chairs or something like that's.
Oh, no, that's for TLC.
Like they'll allow them to do one match.
it'll be tables and ladders,
But no
And then-
chairs.
and no chairs,
Because it won't be copyright infringement.
exactly,
That's true.
exactly, yeah, against themselves.
Oh, this is a ladder.
And stairs.
match.
Do you guys remember that?
Huh?
When one year they had TLC, it was like tables, ladder, chairs, and stairs.
Yeah,
What
yeah, I
kind of
remember
bullshit
that.
was that? You
Can we also talk about the kendo on a stick match that happened? That was a good one,
You
right,
mean
guys?
kendo stick on a pole?
on a
match?
pole, yes.
Yeah.
Kendo stick on a pole.
Yeah, because you said
They
a
had a
kendo
contract
on
on
a
a pole
stick
match,
match,
too.
and I'm like,
Oh,
confused
kendo
the fuck out of me with that
kendo
shit. I'm
stick
like,
on a
what?
pole.
No, I'm telling you, the best match in Extreme Rules history was the WLC, and I'm gonna stick to that forever because I was there to see it. And then, like, right after that match, that's when Daniel Bryan and Kane were like in the back fighting, and then they came out with what is it, a forklift?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think that's what it's called. He came out with the forklift with like Daniel Bryan and Kane, and they were like fighting into boxes. Like, that was like the last time Extreme Rules was like fire, and that was in the Izod Center. So that was like
Joint
2014, 2013, like. They haven't had a great Extreme Rules since then.
No, they haven't.
So I don't know what to look forward to it, but you should definitely come to the viewing party that we're having at Jack Dempsey's.
Because no matter what, and no matter how shitty the pay-per-view is, we actually always have a really fun time.
Wasn't there an Extreme Rules where Seth Rollins came back from the injury?
I believe so.
Yeah,
that's the one
so
with
that might have
Styles.
been the last one.
The main event was Styles and Reigns. for the
Yeah.
title.
And that's when this guy came back. Yeah.
But just because he came back, that makes it a good show?
It was a good.
We're talking about matches.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about returns. Like, hey, Seth, you're back. Stop getting hurt.
But that was a good match though, too.
Yeah, but I'm
very
saying,
true.
like, where it had consistent extreme matches.
Oh yeah, if that's the case.
Where
then,
it was
no.
actually Extreme Rules, where, like, they don't even go to the back anymore. When they go to the back, it's so forced.
And I know you
Yeah.
love when they go to the back.
I don't. I don't. Walk away, sir. Walk away.
Speaking of anal sex,
God.
Seth Rollins is dating Becky Lynch, and they've been shoving it down my throat
hate it.
this entire week. Listen,
you used to
I
that?
condone their relationship, but I don't need it thrown at me.
No,
like
it shouldn't even be in the storyline. We shouldn't even
Yeah.
know about it. The children shouldn't know about it.
And
It's
here's
not
the
that.
thing.
You're doing it to, like, save face. I don't like it.
You know what I don't like about when how they're doing it is like they're not even kissing. They're not even showing
They
any
don't even look
intimacy.
romantic. It's like
Yeah.
they're bros. Like, he put
Yeah.
his arm around her, and he's like, yo, bro. And it was like,
Yeah.
I thought she was going to give him like a dap and be done. And I was like, what the shit? This is
Yeah.
the least romantic couple. You know who they need out
It's
there,
fucking
right?
trash.
Charlotte and Andrade to fucking go down on each other. Because if you watch their Instagram accounts, look at their
yeah.
Instagram accounts. They're
Yo, you
basically
know what?
sucking each other every goddamn morning.
Fuck it, I allow it.
You know, it's like Becky
at-
and Seth. They were like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
I
for
allow
that,
it.
partner. Yeah, oh yeah." And then like the holding of the ropes, and it's like,
Yo,
"Yeah,
my
bro,
G.
good job."
Yo.
They did the fist bump. I was like, "These are the two gayest men I've
Nah,
ever
you
watched."
could tell Becky don't even
Well,
let
it
him
is the
finish.
man. It's the
Yeah,
man.
Becky don't let him finish. She'd be like, "I'm done. Bye."
Yep.
Walks away. Like,
I'm done.
You want to see a
done.
hot couple? Go put Charlotte and Andrade out there and watch how hot they'll be. Like, yeah, that's how two people.
But
should
that's
be.
an interracial couple, and somebody doesn't like those, so that'll never happen.
I don't like the brown and white mixed together. damn it.
Yep.
What the hell is that? I want to know, when do power couples are baby faces?
What?
When are the power couples baby faces like this? Isn't it better when they're the heels in this scenario?
A very
When-
long time ago, as soon as you said power
Yeah.
couple babyface, Macho Man and Elizabeth came to
Yeah,
mind.
Ooh, that's 30 years
one
ago.
was heel, one was babyface.
But both wrestlers.
Dusty and Sapphire were both faces.
Oy.
They were over.
How long ago was that?
I can't think of anyone.
Can you really consider
Exactly.
them a couple,
Like that's
though?
the thing. It's the heels are
Can you
better.
really
for
consider
this.
them a couple?
What about
though?
Lita and Matt?
Matt and Lita,
They were-
that's true.
Yeah,
But then she went to Edge.
and then Edge happened.
No, she was a heel, but that's like the whole different relationship.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
no.
you can't compare different relationships. Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. I know she was a heel
but it
then.
did fall
but
into
I'm
the
saying,
storyline too.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was because of real life events, because she's a
Yeah.
cunt.
No, but
you're talking
ooh.
storyline. You're talking baby faces
Those are the
and
thoughts.
Power couple,
storyline.
both champions.
Exactly.
It
that's-
could be- I
well,
guess-
Lita and
That's
Matt.
the last time, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
I'm like
Damn, I'm trying to think. Shit.
nobody else. I mean,
as babyface,
Lana and Rusev, but
Oh yeah, Lana.
Then they
And-
made
but
them,
that was
then
brief,
they made
'cause-
them heels in a month.
yeah, that
which
was
is
that was real
terrible.
brief. Yeah, the only one. No, damn, as a face, nah, shit.
oh, Naomi and
Oh,
Jimmy.
and-
But they don't. They
Yeah,
gave
they
one
don't interact
storyline
like
for it,
that,
but they,
though.
yeah, exactly. Like they,
yeah, it's hard
But they're
to.
still face. They were still.
Yeah, but they're
Like
like
their
independent
faces.
of each other. They're not. They don't really interact. And then there was a lot of
They
times
did
where
though.
not
No,
really.
they had the storyline with
No,
Mandy
they
Rose.
had a storyline.
Yeah, yeah,
no,
but
not
it-
even that storyline. Before that, when she was always coming out with them, before she was glowing and shit. She when they were that was a thing. I'm not. You gotta listen. You're not gonna get me
no,
on
no, no, no.
trivia on
I know,
girls.
but it wasn't. But here's where
I'm talking like
it was.
straight
It was
up.
Naomi coming out with the Usos, not Naomi coming out with her husband.
Because
I
that
can't-
never happened. She had to get married with both of them. When she got married, they were both standing at the altar. She's never just been alone with her husband. He's a twin.
do love a good Eiffel Tower. Sonny, I do.
I fucking knew this motherfucker was gonna talk about Eiffel
That was
Towers.
a great one. That was a good one. Wee-wees, indeed.
All our French listeners.
How does
what
that
you did there.
work?
Thank you. She goes down on one and takes it in the back from the other, and then the two gentlemen high five, making it an Eiffel Tower.
Oh, couldn't it be like London Bridge?
Well, that's called a spit roast.
What's the, oh,
Like a pig
When they
roast.
don't high five, it's just a spit.
You know, I was thinking about going to stay at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas.
That'd be
But-
a good place.
But
Shout out to
nah, I
old
don't-
people love Vegas.
I don't think-
Hotels.com has some good deals.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
He frightened because he know he going to Atlantic City. He ain't paying for no Vegas.
No, I got comps for Vegas. I got free rooms in Vegas.
Oh, look at this
Wow,
guy.
Yeah.
what a whore. Hi, Allison.
So I have a quick question.
Okay.
Why
With
is Nez
Raw-
biting lemons?
Why is it?
Yeah, I don't know why this intern is biting lemons.
Why? Why?
Listen, I know I don't pay you and I know I don't feed you, but
I was getting ready to say
That poor
You
man.
don't feed this boy. He's a growing boy, Sonny.
Give
Feed
that man
him,
a
for heaven's
sandwich.
sake.
I don't get fed, so this lemons
Oh,
is kind
poor
of my
Nez.
dinner for tonight and tomorrow.
I'm gonna
Poor
bring-
Beige
and
was like
tomorrow?
having,
Damn.
Beige was having like a serious talk, but all I see is him go chomp, and I'm like, I can't concentrate right now on you, babe, because he's literally eating lemons in front
Yo,
of me.
is that a bite out of the skin?
and I don't see seeds anywhere, so I'm just assuming they're gone.
Are you shitting lemon seeds?
Because he likes the seeds.
Always swallowing seeds, Nez. Always swallowing seeds.
We're not doing this.
Dude, shout out to Monica Lewinsky.
No, no.
Shout out to Monica Lewinsky.
Okay, with that segue, we need Teddy. Teddy.
A fan of the show, Monica Lewinsky. Yes.
She was the one that recommended this.
Wow.
Interns of America. Sonny, you've got to feed him. He's a growing boy. He needs to eat.
Okay.
So we have Raw, we have SmackDown, we've got Eric Bischoff, we've got Paul Heyman. Triple H is still running NXT. We've got a new Fox deal. We've got AEW. So with all this,
We've got a Fox deal?
we've got a Fox
Shit.
deal going on here.
I wish we had a Fox deal.
Wrestling powered by Fox News.
Ooh, Fox News.
I know. See, I
take
lured
it.
you in and then
I'll
I
take
slapped
it.
you all down.
How much they paying? I'll take it.
Hey, you know what? Fuck
You know who's great at wrestling? Donald Trump. When him and that
Technically,
that guy,
he does
Bobby
have a
Lashley.
WrestleMania match.
He has a WrestleMania match.
under his belt.
Yo, do we come in as the Funkdactyls?
What? The Funkadactyls.
Oh, shout out to the
What's his fucking name?
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay, what's his real name?
He also has a sexual allegations trial coming up.
Yeah, he does.
Who doesn't?
In the words
Give me
of
the microphone again.
yeah,
The
same,
intern would know.
same, right over here, yeah, same, yeah, gotcha. Shout out to the legal system. Yes. Oh, poor Cuba Gooding Jr. Yes, and R. Kelly. It's not a good time for black men, Sonny.
Everybody's
It's
a
not.
pervert.
Oh, goodness.
Shout out to Bill Cosby.
Oh,
Can
shout out
you
to
imagine if
Cosby.
we had the whole train now? Like, I couldn't watch wrestling for like
Yo,
2
but
months because I
they-
told my dad I wanted to be on the whole train.
Yo, you know what? There would be a
Why?
disclaimer when they would come out.
I dead just told the
Underneath that would
story.
be like, me too.
I just told the story, bro, and you
Yeah.
completely ignored me to get your point across,
No,
and I'm
no.
a little offended. I told my father I wanted to be on the whole train, and he banned me for 2 months for watching wrestling.
But you
okay?
know, you know why I ignored it? Because I wasn't surprised.
But like, they all wore pretty outfits. Like, you don't know as a child. You're like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. Like, I want to be on the whole train. Is it like Santa's hose? Like, ho ho ho. Like, you don't know. Like, I didn't know. I was very sheltered as a child. So like, the whole train was like, yo, that seems awesome. They know how to do their makeup. Like, you don't
All I
know.
can see is a
get it.
5-year-old Tara sitting in front of the TV saying, I want to be a hoe.
Yeah.
And
No,
then,
I specifically said I want to ride the whole
and
train.
then Daddy
You
going
don't.
crazy.
Oh man.
Well, no, look. 2 of those hoes went on to be WWE Women's Champions.
Yes,
so they,
you see?
Victoria and Lita both started as Godfather hoes
Oh,
and
shit.
became women's champions.
Wait,
Multi-time.
Lita had like that plastic dress. I will
did.
never forget. It was like a shiny.
You said
I gotta-
Lita or Leah?
Leah.
Lisa.
Lita.
Lita.
Lita. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But my accent says Leah because apparently me and Sunny forget letters. I'm like, Lita. It
Right
just sounds.
before
You
she
are-
got with S.A. Rios, they needed
S.A.
a
Rios.
hoe, and they asked Amy. Her name wasn't Lisa yet. They asked Amy.
Amy
"I need you to
Dumas.
be a hoe." So there is actually footage of her as a hoe. Victoria actually had a storyline where she was The Godfather gave Eddie Guerrero his own hoe, and it was Victoria, and then China would beat her up weekly. That was Victoria. Go look. It's on YouTube.
That just sounds like a fucking hate crime.
You know, and
That
she
sounds
used to
amazing.
say like "Yo quiero Eddie Guerrero," and then she was in the shower, and China went in the shower with her, beat her down, and that's an actual thing. That was Victoria.
It
So
must have been during those 2 months.
2 hoes
I missed
went on
that.
to be women's champion. So there you go.
Sounds about right.
I mean,
You know, you gotta have dreams.
Yep.
it's good to and actually The Rock's first wife was a hoe one day because they were her name is Danny Garcia. They were
Yeah.
short a hoe. He was still married to her back then, and literally Vince was like, Rocky, could you please ask Danny to be a hoe? And he walked over and said, babe, can you be a hoe just for tonight? And she did it. So Danny Garcia was once a hoe. So
Wow.
yeah, there you go. right
And now
there.
she's a major player in Hollywood.
she owns some fucking
She
company,
is
yeah.
making
so,
money.
From
so
hoe to
don't be
Hollywood.
sleeping
For
on the
real.
hoes, okay? The hoes.
Hoes can be successful.
It can be
I
successful.
Look at
wasn't
Cardi
sleeping.
B.
I wanted to be one. I was awake.
You know what? Maybe you. Yeah.
I had a whole plan.
Oh, so you know, I
A
missed
whole
the
plan?
A whole plan.
So we're talking a lot about back in
Puns.
the day with the Godfather and all this thing. So guys, could you imagine if, let's say, the hoe train never existed, or if the Godfather never existed?
I would
How-
have never missed those 2 months.
How would you? Charlie, you've got to let these 2 months go. This is a hell of a 2 months.
You could watch those 2 months of the WWE
He pulled the
Network.
TV out of my room.
$9.99.
Like,
Daddy
Yo,
doesn't
for
pay.
real?
yeah.
Damn.
Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair to watch
But-
my wrestling.
Shout out to Eva.
But
Oh,
if we
my
didn't have the
girl.
whole train, then we wouldn't have those wonderful ladies.
True. So guys, think about wrestling as a whole. See what I did there, Sonny? As a whole.
No.
Wow.
This fucking
Shout
guy.
out to everyone.
They do
So,
work to serve us.
Think of something that made this business great, and imagine that something or someone not there. How would the business be different?
Something or someone.
Either or.
Either
Like,
or.
say if you just took out
Renee?
the 6-sided ring of TNA. Like, where would then TNA have been? So think of
No
something
way.
or someone.
The steel cage match. What would happen if you got rid of the steel cage match?
A lot of memorable matches that Jimmy Superfly Snuka never would have.
would have happened.
Yeah.
So you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that movie Yesterday, where if you took the Beatles and they never existed,
Yesterday.
what would happen to
All my
what would happen to
troubles
history?
seem so far away.
Strawberry fields forever.
Eleanor Rigby?
Oh, Lucy. She was in the sky with diamonds. It was great.
Help! I need you, darling.
So Teddy, who,
That's
what would
Teddy.
be your? I'm sorry, I keep saying Teddy. Sonny, what would be your someone or something?
If we gotta really go, what someone that would change the business forever, and I hate to say it, I have to bring him up. It would be Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
I mean,
let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm a racist.
I'll allow it. So, I mean, think about it. If you remove Hogan from history, what happens to the WWF, which later becomes WWE, and how does that change wrestling as a whole industry?
I think WWE probably is looking at Paul Orndorff or Macho Man Randy Savage to kind of take over at that time. I don't know what they'll do about WrestleMania 3. That's kind of the
But
that's that
okay.
moment never happened. So it's like, do they just not have that happen, or do they just wait for another guy to come up maybe the year after, and then that's the thing? Like that's the iconic moment that happens.
All right, let's rewind for a minute.
I love when they rewind porn because then it comes in instead of shoots out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Fucking asshole. Anyway, one of the biggest things that blew up Hogan. Shit, I gotta choose my words wisely.
It's
One of the things that garnered so much popularity with the WWF was Hulk Hogan being in Rocky 3. So Rocky 3 put Hogan on the stage. He got recognizable. Then put him in WWF. He wins the belt from Iron Sheik. So let's think about this. Who do you put in Rocky 3? If, say, Hogan never existed, who ends up becoming that wrestler that may get that notoriety in a really hot movie at that time?
I think we're thinking too much into this.
Yeah, because that's really deep. That's a
Rocky.
super deep move.
Rocky.
Like,
do you put Andre the Giant in that role?
Yeah, because Sylvester Stallone's really going to get in the ring with fucking Andre the Giant.
yeah, like no, like
He's not showing up to that match.
or do you put
it's
in
someone like a Paul Orndorff. It's a
But
contemporary.
Paul Orndorff was never a really tall dude. It helped with somebody that was kind of big. I think honestly, Big John Studd.
Okay, I can see Big John Studd.
Big John Studd.
I mean, God, if they were able to get maybe one of the Von Erichs, probably they would have done that.
Shout out to
Okay.
Von Erich.
Like
So then-
they would have found someone.
So then you take that person, you put him into that position, then Vince picks him up, takes him, puts a rocket on his back,
Yeah.
and then we have a totally different history.
Yeah, and we don't get a sex tape with the guy calls her daughter's boyfriend a nigger. So that would have been great. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward- I was looking-
that's a very
that'd been a
large-
good time.
I think the moral of the
Right
story is we're saying he's replaceable.
Yes.
Sonny.
At the time, I don't
Take
know
away
who else
Hulk
would have been.
Hogan, nobody slams Andre in one of the most iconic moments in WWF history.
Who do you put in that spot?
I literally just
Yeah,
said
he-
that.
yeah, he did.
I was
Oh.
literally
Yeah.
just talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. We're
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I was like, who are you putting there?
Yeah.
He was like, let's rewind a bit.
yeah. My bad. I went too far back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It was
who
the
are you
alcohol.
putting at WrestleMania 3?
Do they even go that route?
It just never happens.
Yeah.
Or do you wait a year and then someone else comes up to do it?
Macho Man's not slamming Andre.
Nah.
That doesn't have
He's
that.
too small.
But let's not think about, okay, so that doesn't happen. Also, the NWO doesn't happen because all you have is
Very
Scott
Yeah.
Hall and the other big fucker. Now,
Wow.
there's no NWO.
Kevin
'cause
Nash.
it's
Can you
Hulk
respect
Hogan's-
Kevin Nash?
I
Thank you.
believe, wasn't there
Oh,
someone
thank
else
you,
that
because
was
I
going to take
forgot his
Hogan?
name.
No, it was Sting. Sting was actually going to take Hogan's spot. So you would have just had Sting.
And
So
black and white
imagine,
would've
so
made sense.
imagine
Sting would have
basically.
taken Hogan's spot, but
Wasn't
they
he a
chose.
good guy? Because I never watched it.
Yes,
He was a
and
good
that's
guy.
what they were
Actually,
going
you know
to do.
what? Actually, you know what? That's the person.
It's
'Cause-
Sting,
A much younger Sting
Oh, he was so
gets
good
put
when he
in
was young.
gets put into that
and
position.
he's always been the company WCW guy,
And he was-
teaming
yeah.
with the fucking outsiders. That would have been
No,
insane.
but before that, Sting is the guy that replaces Hogan earlier on. Because
it would have been a while after, but yeah.
No, not that much while after. Because remember, he would have been much greener,
Yeah.
but he was in UWF
And
at
you
that,
were
during
only
that time.
and you were 3 years away from Ultimate Warrior as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you have
wow.
the guys there. That's what I'm saying. Andre the Giant probably doesn't get slammed at 3, but he probably gets slammed at 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he drank, he could have slammed himself, and everybody would be like, "Yay!"
True.
like,
He's probably already slammed.
yeah, he's been slammed, so he was like, "That's fine."
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out to Andre the Giant, one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
ever.
How about you, Paige Benoit?
I think CM Punk is a great example of what would happen to wrestling, what would happen to the WWE
Shout out
if
to
CM Punk wasn't there.
CM.
What if we didn't get the Summer of Punk? What if we didn't get
Ooh.
the Pipe Bomb? What if we didn't get the Colt Cabana podcast, who's currently suing right now? Like,
Yeah.
we don't get the lawsuit. What do we get with that? We don't get Daniel Bryan. We don't get AJ Styles. We don't get the revolution of Ring of Honor and New Japan coming into the forefront. We probably don't get AEW to where it's at right now. People like CM Punk and the revolution that he brought into WWE in the reality era that I can say we're probably still living in right now is probably the most important moment in WWE's history.
Do you think we don't get them at all, or don't get them right away? 'Cause
I don't think we get a lot of that at all.
I mean,
I think we get a lot of that.
He
but
made
just
I was
not
with
right
you up
away.
until the end, but like I used to tell my midget friend, you're reaching. No
Midget?
AEW.
Maybe we get
No,
AEW.
I don't know why,
Thoughts and
because
opinions?
he wouldn't have been. You needed someone to start the revolution, kind
Yeah.
of, and to light a fire under everybody's asses, because everybody was just taking it. Whatever they were getting, they were just taking it, and they needed.
Like we were allowing John Cena versus R-Truth.
Like
At the time.
somebody needed to say something to make everybody else snap out of it, and that's what happened, and that's
we wouldn't have
why.
gotten the pipe bomb. So
Yeah,
that's
Which was a great moment.
And
Yeah, that
honestly,
was
the
actually-
pipe bomb brought a lot of people. It brought me back to wrestling. It brought a lot of people back to wrestling. And if you don't get the pipe bomb, you probably don't get any of the moments that we've been able to. We don't get the yes movement
No.
at all because Daniel Bryan would not have been there. We don't get a lot of moments like that, and
Any of the like skinnier, like shorter guys, they
Seth
would have
Rollins,
not have had
for
a
example,
chance.
yeah.
Because he kind of like paved the way for like the little,
The non-6'3", 250-pound
with
guy.
long hair and
Yeah.
who needs that?
But,
Nobody
all right,
needs that.
so here's a question I have for you: how does it alter Impact Wrestling's history? Because I think the fact that CM Punk coming from Ring of Honor and
to
going to
Ring of Honor.
WWE,
Mm-hmm.
it showed that Ring of Honor had great talent. From that, Impact looked to poach from Ring of Honor, which is when they brought Samoa Joe over to Impact.
Yeah.
And some of the other talent that they brought over to Impact. So wouldn't that also affect Impact Wrestling's?
It would affect them, but adjacent. But it wouldn't really affect them in a real way because they never had CM Punk. You see what I'm saying? They were probably going to do whatever they were going to do anyway. Maybe Samoa Joe would have had a larger, I hate, no pun intended, impact on,
larger
on wrestling.
impact,
Hell,
wow.
WWE could have signed Samoa Joe at that
Larger
time
impact
too.
on the
They
ring.
probably wouldn't have signed CM Punk. And quite honestly, when you really think about it, he probably could have done the pipe bomb pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like if we
But
what,
go ahead,
what
go
about
ahead,
Samoa? Go ahead.
but if CM Punk doesn't come, we don't have the pipe bomb.
If CM Punk doesn't come.
But Samoa Joe is
You're a
still
child.
fat. That's my worry. Like he's still fat.
Which is fine.
what I'm
He
worried
wasn't
about.
as fat back then.
I feel he was born this fat because I've never seen him not fat.
Okay, real quick, I got something I gotta add. Those are the thoughts and opinions of Teddy, Tara, Paige, and Nez, and they do
He
not
didn't
represent.
say anything.
I
He
don't know,
giggled.
I'm
He's
including.
too hungry to say anything. He didn't say a word.
He's
and
done eating
they
lemons.
do not represent the thoughts or opinions
First of all,
of Yep,
how
I
do
Like
you
Wrestling.
disclaim the truth?
I'm just.
You can't just claim our truth.
You know what?
He's the new
24/7.
24/7 nigga. Now,
Oh!
sorry, I meant champion. I hate those
Thoughts
two
and
words.
opinions of Teddy.
Samoa Joe is fat. Tara, Glamazon,
So like if we
erase history.
No, but
Oh, we
I'm
going
gonna
back?
piggyback off of CM Punk
I bet
because
you are,
if
but
we
yes.
if we never had CM Punk, we would still have AJ Lee.
Oh. Whoa.
Well,
You gonna tell me she wasn't influenced by her husband to leave the company?
when she was 12 and they got married, you're right.
We would have still had AJ Lee.
All right,
she
so
would have
you're
been
saying
frustrated
that-
a little later.
Okay.
But she still would have been around because she would have had somebody in her ear while she was at home all day, like leave that shit. Blah,
But
blah,
without
blah.
CM Punk, we probably don't get the markings of the women's revolution because of her. I think
Wow.
What do you mean?
First of all,
a lot of her frustrations and a lot of her pipe bombs that we've seen from her, a lot of that came with CM
She
Punk
had her
too.
frustrations when she first started with
Hold on.
WWE.
First of all,
Oh, they had their own problems
AJ
too.
Lee. It's not enough. You gotta stop, but it's gotta stop. First of all, I gotta sing everyone's theme song.
Oh.
Second of all, CM Punk was not an AJ's Lee. Fuck.
What?
AJ's Lee?
In her loop?
My words are slurring. Fuck it. The joke's not funny anymore. Keep going.
So, AJ Lee, from the minute she got there, was a pioneer. Like, she didn't need CM Punk. They were best friends when, like, after a little while, like, that became her friend, and there was nothing romantic there. But you got to remember, she's the one that went into WWE as a virgin and sees all these people passing around. We got to remember, she was a virgin because she was homeless all her life.
Yeah,
so there was
true.
not, she could bring boys home to the car that she was
Yeah.
sleeping in with, like, her family
That's true.
in this damn car.
But
That,
it was just the choice of words.
I know, but it's like,
I was once on the 4 train and saw 2 homeless people fucking, so that's no excuse, AJ Lee. Man up, AJ Lee. No excuse.
So
2
when
homeless
she
people are fucking
sees,
on the 4
when she
train.
gets there and she sees all these divas getting passed around, everybody's fucking everybody. She's
Shout out
like,
to Maria
Kelly
Canales.
I love you guys. Thanks. I'll keep you guys around. I need you guys around all the time. Yeah, so she was already having her frustrations, and that's why she wasn't wearing all that makeup. That's why she wasn't doing her hair. That's why she was wearing like the sports bras and cute things before she found herself. When she started dating CM Punk and started wearing the jeans and things like that and really started rebelling. Regardless, it would have taken her a little longer, but she would have got to where she was going because she's not a dumb girl.
Do you think he helped maybe not find a voice?
It's probably
but-
more of an influence.
Yeah,
It's like, yo, this is what I'm going through. Oh, I'm going through something similar. I'm feeling, and then adopting some similar feelings and kind of
mannerisms, like just the sharpness of her tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might have
listen. The
might have
minute
improved with
Stefan
him.
tells, the minute Beige tells me he hates something, I hate it too. Like I don't, unless I like it, and then we got a problem. But usually I'm on his side. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, because I
Sound
hate
like
lots of
brainwash,
times like
right?
beauty supplies and stuff like that. I think it's trash.
Same. So take a second, dick.
Steph's dick must be amazing.
Yeah,
To change your mind. My
And
favorite AJ pipe bomb is when she basically tells the Bellas, "You're both whores, and you can't lace up my Chuck Taylors."
That was amazing.
I just want you to go on YouTube and then watch Brie Bella's face.
and
She immediately registers, "I'm a whore." The face, like you see it in her face, she accepts it. Oh, I'm a slut bag.
And just listen to the crowd too, because the crowd's just like, "Oh shit, that was real."
Yeah.
Like that was a oh shit moment.
she was-
And the funny part was Brie was sitting next to her, and then she yells up the aisle, "Why don't you come say that to my face?" Meanwhile, there's 30 feet of space that she could have walked up to, and she just stayed. No one moved any closer to AJ Lee when she
'Cause
was
they're
there.
not
It was
dumb.
like, you bitches know you can't fight, right?
because they're not dumb.
It was like,
But we would have never had the evolution because I'm sorry. For the recent times, AJ Lee is the pioneer. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Amen. True.
And all these bitches were complacent and being divas. Nobody was complaining. They were like, fuck yeah, I'm a diva. Total diva, sign me up.
Even
they had
that,
no problem with it. Like,
divas.
yeah, so I don't want to hear anything about that.
Crystal Marshall Lashley. Do you remember Bobby Lashley used to have a wife?
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was
wow.
a diva. Crystal
She
Marshall.
was a diva.
And she married Teddy Long.
And now we got rid of all that corny ass shit, and now they're just women. And as Paige said earlier, Stephanie could take all the like credit that she wants to, but I would say it was AJ Lee, and then the scraggly little fighters like Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Caitlyn was out here too,
Shout out
Shout
to
out Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
And the NXT women.
and Caitlyn wouldn't have been as big either because AJ Lee was like tag teaming with her. She was the one that had the storyline with
That's
her.
true.
That she was like stalking Caitlyn because I get it. I get it. I get why she was stalking her. Love her. Hey, girl.
Okay.
But we wouldn't have had any of that. And we would have been slowly digressing back into what we were because nobody had a problem with it. Nikki and Brie were A-okay with being eye candy.
Of course.
Eva Marie was A-okay with being dumb and being eye candy.
She
Like,
married Randy Couture?
Some dude.
She's married to
Yeah.
an MMA guy.
yeah. Yeah, so dumb. The other girl that we saw the other day, Summer Rae, she would have been a diva
She would've
all
just been a
damn
regular
life.
old diva.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
Very
Summer
true.
Rae.
all these girls, they were going for those ditzy girls, and AJ Lee was one of those people who were wrestlers, who loved
Yeah.
wrestling from when they were younger, like made shit happen and like really cared about it. And that's what brought in that perfect storm of all these women who actually give a fuck about wrestling and are not just like, oh my God, I used to be a flight attendant and then Vince saw me on a plane and now I'm a diva. Like,
Do you know whose fault that is? What's fucking Johnny Ace's real name? What's Johnny Ace's name?
Oh, John Laurinaitis.
John
Laurinaitis.
Laurinaitis.
The
Yes.
worst.
Yeah.
He was looking through a catalog one day, and there was a woman there, and he goes, "We need her." And that woman's name is Bobby Blank, AKA Kelly Kelly. So that's what ushered in that period where they were picking models. Crystal Ashley, Kelly Kelly,
Tori
Maria
Wilson.
Kanellis.
Tori
Tori
Wilson.
Wilson was a little bit, they got her
Little
from
bit before.
WCW.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
still
She-
they
she
still
was a
cheated her.
holdover.
as
Trish
such,
Stratus.
But there was a whole group of people that were just
Yeah,
models
Trish Stratus
that they
too.
actually.
Trish Stratus was just a model, but that bitch made it happen.
But she was a
so-
fitness model. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you have
But
some.
she still wasn't a wrestler.
You had
I-
some women that went in, like you were saying, is like they went in and they ended up saying, "Oh fuck it, I want to
Yeah.
get better."
Because it
Yeah.
really wasn't until after AJ, like you said, but then it also coincided with the NXT where they started getting the indie women. They started
Yeah.
getting the Charlotte Flairs, Sasha Banks, Bailey,
Paige.
Becky Lynch,
Paige.
like all of them.
Paige.
Paige.
Paige is one of those
Paige,
leaders too.
Obviously, Paige. Yeah.
Paige broke the mold for the kind of like not the Barbie stereotypical girl
Yeah.
that was a wrestler. And if AJ wasn't there, Paige would have not had a shot
That's very
because
true.
they would have
True.
went in on Paige calling her ugly and pasty worse than what they were doing.
And in
Very
a way, if it wasn't for AJ Lee, Paige would have never had really a way to make her bones.
No, and AJ
do
Lee
her
was
thing.
one of the wrestlers that inspired Paige. So
Yeah.
we would have all these girls who didn't have someone like AJ, and all they would have had is tits and ass to look forward to.
Yeah.
So I
very
feel,
true.
yeah.
Well,
Sir, you are not We are. Me too. Stop it.
Thank you, AJ
You
Lee.
still get tits and ass though. Like
Yeah.
But now
true.
they're just more athletic and they kick each other's asses in
Yeah.
a very compelling
Naomi
way.
uses her ass and she utilizes it.
Like,
Shout out to
Hello?
the rear view.
like one of the
Yeah.
rare wrestlers, Dana Brooke, is a fitness model who
Yeah.
is
It
fucking
scares the shit out of
is
me.
doing everything she can to crush it in the ring and
Yeah.
actually be good.
Shout out to
We'll see.
Sarah Logan, who busts Dana Brooke's face wide open during a house show.
Who
Oh,
the
that's
hell
right.
is Sarah Logan?
On
Sarah
main
Logan
event.
was fighting Dana Brooke on a main event,
Yeah.
and she pushed her
Oh, that's
into
when that happened?
the,
I didn't know who she
the
was fighting.
turnbuckle, legitimately bust her face wide open.
And then the next week you saw her doing swanton bombs.
Wow.
Dana Brooke, women's champion 2020.
Wow.
I'm calling
Shout
it.
out to Dana Brooke.
I don't know. She's been
She's still extremely
getting
green.
smaller though, because you know how they feel about too muscular women.
Yeah,
you know?
she has.
She's been like
her look
slimming
does look
down, but
different,
still
yeah.
strong. You know. But yeah, I believe it was AJ. Like AJ is a big part of everything, and I respect that woman so much. And she doesn't talk out of pocket. She doesn't smear shit on WWE. She's just kind of like, no, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm living with my dogs and my husband, and we're great. Like, so I don't know. Without AJ, that would have been a big
Her
part
life
for
is
me.
going to be so good when she finally turns 18. And who do you want to erase from wrestling history? And don't say Sunny, because that's mean, but we're all thinking it.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
you.
sunny days?
Oh!
Oh.
Sunny
Shout out to
days.
Tammy Lynn Sitch, who is still in prison, and there's no punchline, because that's the truth, Sunny.
You know what? I feel like she's already been
I'm
erased from
totally
history.
fine without her in the body Donis. That's okay.
Oh, shout out to Chris Candino, who can't
R.I.P.
hear this podcast.
If she was erased from history, would she still show up to the Yepilewrestling party that she was booked for? No.
Wow. So we don't like her.
Shout out to LS7123. That's Tammy Lynn Sitch's prison number. Nez, who would you like to erase from wrestling?
I mean, not would like, but Dusty Rhodes.
Hard times, baby. Hard times. I'm a son of a plumber, baby.
Okay.
You're
without-
erasing Dusty
Rhodes?
First of
Okay,
all,
wait. You're making it sound negative.
I
Okay,
think that
this is
is-
a positive thing. We're trying to see what it would be like without them because they're so important.
you
Not
know
like
what?
get rid of them. Because I feel bad about AJ now. You're making it sound bad.
No, but you know what? Actually, you know,
No, I like the fact that we're not making it a negative thing.
yeah. I mean, it's not a
agree.
negative thing. It's just what would happen.
We're wondering what would it be.
Where would it? Where the
go
industry
ahead.
would have went?
So,
So,
take the biggest eraser you could find, because that's what we need for Dusty, and then take him out. How does the wrestling business change, Nez?
For one, NWA.
Oh,
Because he was
shout
a
out
big
to
part of
niggas with
NWA.
attitude. I don't
No,
get
not
Oh,
that
the
NWA.
other NWA. The
Oh,
other NWA.
the
More
National
than one?
Wrestling
Oh,
Alliance.
sorry. I was wondering where that correlation was coming
Fucking
from.
Teddy.
But I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Yes.
Dusty Rhodes and Ice Cube aren't together.
Oh, straight out of Hard Times, baby. So, Nez, what else doesn't happen without Dusty?
It's a nature boy with an attitude. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Deep
Okay,
breath.
there wouldn't be. I don't think NXT would have been a thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He was one of
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
taught all the NXT people how to speak. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
With a lisp.
one of like the favorite moments I've ever heard Paige say was when she was talking about Dusty Rhodes calling her like, "Oh, you my Black Raven, baby. Like you gonna be a star, baby. Even with your white skin." Like, and he was pushing her so much. So like, oh my God. Oh, dude, we can't erase him. We
Hard
cannot erase
times,
him.
baby. Hard times.
Think about the fact that we don't get Gold Dust. We don't get Cody Rhodes.
Oh, wow. I
We
didn't
don't
even
get
think
it.
about it
I
that
got a
way.
deeper one.
Oh, wow.
We
No.
may not even get Ric Flair.
No, we get Ric Flair.
No,
That's-
but Ric Flair was pushed
One of his-
by
one of his best
Dusty
rivals
Rhodes.
is Rhodes.
But the
yes.
thing is that, remember, Dusty Rhodes was a lot of decision making, and this was after the plane accident, after he lost a lot of weight, and right before he started going by the Nature Boy. Dusty doesn't push him. There's no Ric Flair.
That is true.
But the biggest thing I have to say currently for current day wrestling, we wouldn't have Goldust nor Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the big part right now.
Shout out to the
Oh, shit.
Rhodeses. There are no Rhodeses.
Because we possibly wouldn't have AEW currently.
Oh, my goodness. Brandy Rhodes doesn't have a husband.
Yep.
Actually, she's not even Brandy Rhodes if no one's there. She's just
She's just
a
Brandy.
She's just Brandy.
Brandy. Oh, shout out to Brandy.
She's just a diva showing her tits and ass because
just
she's in
Moesha.
WWE because there's no AJ Lee either.
Wrong Brandy.
Oh, wrong Brandy. Black people
Wasn't
look
she
alike,
like
so-
a announcer?
Oh yeah, she was just an announcer
Yeah.
too. Yeah, but she'll probably still be showing tits and ass because it's Vince McMahon, damn it.
Terry Reynolds doesn't have a daughter, Dakota. That's true. If there's no Goldust. Terry Reynolds.
We get no Marlena.
Terry Reynolds is actually still with Brian Pillman if there's no Dusty Rhodes.
Brian Pillman's maybe still alive?
Brian Pillman never had a gun?
Oh,
Sorry.
you made it weird, Dara.
Yeah, you did.
We wouldn't have great tag team tournaments as if the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Dusty Classic.
Ah.
That brought
Aleister
together.
Well, that's because
Black.
NXT doesn't exist.
And yeah, because it doesn't exist exactly. And what else? There's a lot more to it. I keep thinking about it.
We could
Cody
even take
Rhodes.
it to the WWE. Because when he
Yeah.
came to WWE, him
don't
and
get-
Randy Savage had that
Yeah.
epic,
Very true.
so without Dusty, Randy didn't have an opponent. Randy and Sherry just...
He was also a big part of TNA too when they first launched.
That's very true. We don't
He
get the
was first.
promos.
You don't get the
from
promos.
Dusty Rhodes.
Nope.
Do we still get Maria Menounos?
Oh, God.
Oh God, no.
Do we really want that?
She's like...
No,
I
I'm
told
just
you
saying.
she's banned from this podcast. Like, why
I'm
don't
just
you
saying.
listen?
Because
I don't know,
that's
man.
her,
She runs
that's
a
her,
big
you know,
podcast network. I don't mind getting signed by
she's
her
like a
if we can get
Dusty
some money
Uber
out of it.
fan.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cunt.
Give me that AfterBuzz TV money.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty
Rhodes, baby. Yeah, that's a hard
59.
one.
59, baby.
And ironically, this is episode 89.
Ooh.
Bow, bow. Teddy, who is your erase from history pick?
I'm going to ruin all your lives.
Oh, God.
What would happen if there were no Vince McMahon?
Oh, yes, I did that.
Yes, listeners.
That's what I did. I did it.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
So...
I wouldn't have a tank top right now.
Tara would be topless right now.
We'd be doing a podcast based on WCW.
So I made a list of things.
Or would it be
WCW?
WCW? Would it still be NWA?
It might still be NWA, that's true.
So
Yeah.
first thing, no Vince McMahon. We are still living in the territory system. There is no national TV deals. That means territories run wrestling right now. That means New York has their territory. Florida Championship Wrestling is still a thing. The Von Erichs still run Texas. San Francisco.
Smoky Mountain
Mountain.
Wrestling.
Jim Cornette still runs Smoky Mountain. There's the territory system still in place because Vince is the one who made it national and basically took all their jobs away.
Do you think
AWA.
anybody would have had
The foresight?
the foresight to do
Not
it?
at all, because they all were against it when he was trying to do it, because it was such a
Institutionalized
yes,
thing.
thank
No,
you.
no, no. I got you. But like, let's say Ted Turner, years later, puts money into it.
But Ted Turner
And
wasn't
then-
a guy to
Would have
really
had no
be
need
into
to.
it like that.
He would have
Because
had no
remember,
need to.
Ted Turner was really more a reactionary cause to Vince McMahon. He wasn't his own entity. It doesn't happen without Vince McMahon.
No, I got
WCW
you.
doesn't exist. Without Vince McMahon, you probably have Vincent, the father's still running it, but he's probably still
No,
respecting
no.
it.
I get
respecting
that,
the
but
territory.
the thing is that we're also forgetting about
It gets worse.
Eric Bischoff.
Wait, I'm getting to that. It
Okay.
gets worse. So now,
gets worse.
without Vince McMahon, there is no WWFE. WCW is the show, which means we have no Stone Cold Steve Austin, because if you remember, he was fired. WCW didn't want him.
Yep.
So there would have been no Austin 316. There would
Oh
be
my
no
God.
Triple H, which means there's no NXT, because remember, he was terrorizing. They didn't know Triple H was a thing.
Oh.
There was no Hulkamania, because Vince is the one who made that
Yeah.
cartoon
He would have been wrestling in
character.
Japan.
Yeah.
So all-
New Japan would have been the thing, probably.
There would have been no Rock. So I just took out 4 of the biggest names in
That's very
wrestling
true.
because Vince McMahon wasn't there.
I feel like
also get no
I
John
feel like
Cena.
Steve Austin
Yeah, no
wouldn't
Cena.
have. I feel like Steve Austin would have still been something because after he left WCW, he went to ECW.
Well, no, I said
and
there was
that-
no 316.
No, I know that.
Steve
but,
Austin.
But,
was
the
not
thing is
Stone
that
Cold.
the promo,
Oh, yeah,
the promo
yeah.
316, but the character still would have popped
Yeah,
off.
but we wouldn't have had that megastar, the one
Yeah.
that took over for
This is
Hogan.
true.
Especially because
The
Vince
timing of
was
it,
like
yeah.
the one that was a part of his storyline.
And by the way,
like-
we
He was
probably
literally
don't
fired.
get ECW because Paul Heyman was there when Vince was starting to take over.
That's
What if Vince
right.
wasn't there? We don't get ECW because we don't
we
get
don't
the
get
Paul Heyman.
Stephanie McMahon. Okay, guys, that's the biggest problem here.
There's some great. I guess there's some.
We don't get
Oh, wait.
Stephanie, Shane, or Linda.
Do we get Paul
Wow.
Heyman doing more work for?
We probably don't get Paul Heyman at all.
Well, no, because remember, Paul Heyman started as a photographer for the WWF, and what if he stays working for the company and ends up moving up the ranks instead of going elsewhere?
Do you see
'Cause he
him
doesn't have
running
a-
the company?
But remember, it's
Possibly.
still a territory system.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
he's running. But he'll
You
make
have to look at it as him just running New York.
no, but he'll be running New York.
I
yeah.
got more. There's no WWE network.
Ooh.
None of
Wow.
that. There's no XFL. There's none of that big things. Everything is still territory
There's no WrestleMania.
wrestling. There's no. Don't be looking at my fucking
Oh, I didn't
notes,
even look.
man.
I didn't even
There's
look.
no WrestleMania. So the biggest shows we have are Starrcade, the Bunkhouse Brawl, and Halloween Havoc. Just think that we only have 3
Oh,
pay-per-views a year. That'd be
Halloween
fucking awesome.
You know what? Actually, I
That'd be
I ain't gonna front.
amazing.
I always love Halloween Havoc.
What a Bash at the Beach, maybe. We can
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about Bash at the Beach.
Oh, the Great
That's
American
low-key-
Bash.
Low-key my favorite pay-per-view.
The Great American
Yeah,
Bash.
same. I know.
I love
So,
Bash at the Beach.
all we have are Starrcade, Bunkhouse Brawl, Bash at the Beach. We don't have WrestleMania. We don't have 4 days where we're fucking exhausted and can't do our jobs. Tara doesn't get sick because
Ooh.
they
Oh, we
don't
don't
get
get
sick
stuck in the rain.
We don't get stuck in the rain.
That's
Wow.
right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just fucked up everybody's mind.
That's
Yo.
insane.
Okay.
Thank you, Vince McMahon.
Oh,
Freak
thank
this
you,
thing.
Vince. Fuck.
Wow.
So
See, guys?
all this fucking shit we talking about Vince fucking up this, fucking up that, and now you gonna say thank you, Vince?
Because
Man,
we
you
just
fucking
came- We
hypocrite.
appreciate
You know what that is?
Now.
It's full circle, and it's growth.
We appreciate it now.
It's like a
We-
fucking
Do
therapy
you feel
session.
the growth in your pants?
Beige and
I know
I
there's
have
not
a
much.
Beige and I have a very healthy relationship where we talk things out and we communicate. And if we understand the other's point, we will agree and validate your point and say,
Yeah.
yes, that's a very good
Who
point.
the fuck does that?
Give me a fucking
fucking
break
gross.
with this
That's
shit.
what we do.
No, it's really good.
outside.
No, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
We talk a lot, especially with me. Can you imagine? So
My ears hurt.
when you got to hear somebody out. Yeah, he never switches his
I
point.
believe-
He's
I
the
believe
worst.
that shit, yeah.
Yeah, he's the worst. But I try to understand. So I understand. Like, you know, Vince is a pain in our ass now, but he's also old. Old men are a pain in the ass. Like, what are you gonna do? And he's old and stuck in the ways. And you know what? If we didn't have Vince, Trump wouldn't have a lot of money backing him. I'll say that now. Not as much, because you remember he had Linda around his finger. He got Stephanie and Triple H. They all like in his office and all of that.
He got that
And
oil
then-
money, though. He got
Donald
some-
was-
And
Donald
then
still had-
all
that-
of
He's
that-
literally,
he
he's
had-
got
he-
Israel at his back. He's good.
Yeah, he had other
He's
shit
literally
going
got
on.
Israel
And then
on
we
his
got
back. And
all of
Russia.
those fans, because you know we got those wrestling fans that
Yeah.
the minute they saw Triple H or Vince doing something and they were rallying behind Trump, they were like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Or they did it ironically. So,
And then the next day woke up said he fucking won.
I
yeah.
know this wasn't on anybody's list, but can you imagine what WWE would be if we didn't get John Cena?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be in Kmart.
So you know what? If we didn't get John Cena,
Who's the
would-
guy?
You
Who's
know-
the guy running WWE if there's no John Cena?
You know what?
You could kind of say Randy Orton, but he was never a good babyface.
No,
So
but
then
the thing
who
is that it would have been Randy Orton by.
it would have been Brock.
By
Would it have been
default.
Shelton Benjamin?
It would have been. It would have been by committee.
They were all around the same class.
It
They were
would've-
all around the same
it-
class.
it would- you know
Could
what-
it have been Samoa Joe, who was in the same school as John Cena when
It would
he
have.
first
It
started out?
would have been by committee.
Full circle, Samoa Joe. I'm always bringing it back.
No,
Never.
but it would have
Samoa
been.
Joe's
It would have been
ugly.
by committee.
No, you have to think of who can sell merchandise at Kmart. So if it's not John Cena, they don't sell Samoa Joe's size at Kmart. So I think it has to. I don't know.
Like,
Who
go
would be
back-
the
go-
children?
Go back to 2005
Who would do it?
with the ending of The Rock leaving, Stone Cold retiring.
It's-
You
yeah.
have Triple H kind of like he's there, but he's becoming stale. Undertaker's getting old. Like, who's the guy in 2005? Kurt Angle's going through his neck injury, so he's got to be leaving in 2 years because he's probably about to get overworked. So
They're gonna have to drag The Rock out of his mind.
no, WWE wouldn't have had enough money to
drag
pay
him
The
out,
Rock to stay wrestling with the money he was getting in Hollywood at that time. Even back then, he was getting paid. So who was really going to run WWE for those?
We wouldn't have gone to Marine.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what?
Thank God the Marines sucked.
JBL.
Actually,
Oh, Jesus
actually,
Christ.
you know who we.
These were your top guys in 2005,
The
2006.
Miz?
Well, think
Mr.
about it like
Kennedy.
this.
Miz wasn't
He was
really
a
there
little
yet.
later.
Little later.
A little
You would have had
later.
Mr. Kennedy,
Chris Jericho would have had
Chris
a bigger
Jericho,
career.
MVP,
Kennedy.
like
It was never going to be
Shelton
MVP.
Benjamin,
Yeah, come on,
JBL.
So when I say that it would have been done by committee,
Oh, Chris Benoit would have been overworked. He probably would have killed himself in 06 instead of 07.
yeah.
the thoughts and opinions of Beige Benoit regarding Chris Benoit are his, and they do not
Eddie Guerrero
represent
was
the
already
thoughts or
dead.
opinions of Yep, I
He's
Like
so
Wrestling.
dark and I love
Eddie
it.
Guerrero was already dead. Shawn Michaels was about to retire. Well, he wasn't there yet, but he just came back, so you don't know.
It would have been
He
done
wasn't
by
bald yet.
committee. Think
Shawn
about
Michaels
it.
isn't selling anything.
Think about it like this. you have John Cena. John Cena blew up because of the fact that he hit so many different crowds. He had the hip hop crowd. He had the kids. He had the girls because he was a good looking dude.
God, the girls love him. It's so weird.
So the thing is that you would have had it broken up
Especially
by
back then.
different people. You know what? Somebody that might have gotten the push, Charlie Haas.
Oh God,
Shout out
Charlie
to Jackie
Haas.
Gator.
Which again, would they have pushed? Because honestly, when you look back, Shelton Benjamin was pretty big at that time. He had
I know,
matches.
baby, but that's
Bobby
not-
Lashley
but
as well at that
that's
time.
not a
I mean,
thing.
he's still fucking terrible
Yeah,
now.
but the thing is
but
that
when you look at it back then, the size of Lashley.
I know, but what did we have to do to get Kofi?
Oy.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
That-
So
that's
stop
why.
naming minorities, knowing how they feel about them.
It's not just minorities. It's not just saying minorities, but these were guys who were actually athletically talented.
They all are.
that-
They've been for years, and
but-
they just never
but
got
also
acknowledged.
had the physique
You know
that
what?
Vince
So-
likes
you,
as well.
you know what? Something else.
But he didn't like them.
Imagine. What was that guy's name? Hassan.
Muhammad Hassan.
Muhammad Hassan probably doesn't get that gimmick because he was a good-looking guy who was
Yep.
pretty big.
Yes, he was.
But
That would have possibly be put into a different gimmick
Yeah.
that would have been catered more to the women
Would
and possibly even kids.
Do you think they would have put the Brinks truck and backed it up into Sting's garage to make it come back
He was
to
a
make it
little
come to
too
WWE?
old even
At
then.
that point, he was
He would have been in his 40s.
he was the crow. He was the crow.
though.
He was old in TNA.
I know, but he was
Yeah.
still working. I mean, listen, we still got the Undertaker coming out.
Would have
Like-
would it have been AJ Styles?
Definitely not.
You know what?
Actually,
Possible.
no. In TNA, he was young and
He was the
fresh,
guy. He
and
was,
had
but
that
the thing-
sexy
he
North
was in
Carolina
WWE
accent.
for a quick second at that
Maybe.
time.
It would have changed the industry. Definitely would have changed the industry.
Without John Cena, there's a lot
I
of
still
people
think
in
it would have been
WWE
by
that don't
committee,
exist.
though.
I mean, CM Punk has a lot to thank John Cena for as
course.
well. They were the first 5-star match in WWE in years.
Yeah.
Like they were the only one until the end of this decade.
Yeah.
So when you think about it.
Very
So,
true.
they-
So everybody should thank the C Nation.
Wow.
Coming from the youngin.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
god.
were you like a John Cena? Like, were you like? Did you get like the wristbands and stuff? Because that was like your age, like, right?
That's right in your
Sadly.
wheelhouse.
So like,
Like,
and when anybody says something to you, you just wave your hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the
Pretty
Tony
much.
Yayo.
Literally, I was that kid that waited because you know how John Cena, like every couple months, he'll switch his colors in his
Yes.
shirts. I would be there waiting to see what next color wave he would do.
Wow.
Sonny, if he gets any cuter, I'm gonna die.
Oh God.
You can't even. I can't even talk shit about Cena anymore.
If that man, if this
Yeah.
kid meets John Cena, he's gonna piss himself.
Oh.
By the way, he's gonna be on next week's episode.
I'd actually come back for that one. 'cause, I mean, John Cena can still get it. Like, he's not a good actor, but he's fun to look at. And I remember his first, that ruthless aggression and that slapping the fire out of Kurt Angle. It was like, good God, like,
Ruthless aggression.
Yo, we wouldn't have movies like Cockblockers.
that was not a bad film. The Marines sucked ass, but Cockblockers was funny.
What was that one with Amy Schumer when he was like secretly gay?
It was her
Oh,
movie.
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Yeah, that was a fire
He
movie
was
with him.
completely naked in that one. Good stuff. Good stuff.
we
Yeah,
don't get
that
that.
was a lot for me because everybody's like, "Go see that movie, John Cena's in it." And then I was like, "Whoa, a lot of John Cena."
All of John Cena.
yeah,
was in that too.
pass. And then he was so weird. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, we
I mean,
would.
take away John Cena, you take away a lot of championships, you take away a lot of moments, you take away a lot of merchandise. This man still sells merchandise.
Yeah.
He doesn't even wrestle, and kids are still buying John Cena merchandise.
And there's plenty of people he put over.
I got another thing. What happens to Nikki Bella?
She's still with Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
but everybody, you know what's that's sad because everybody talks shit about Dolph Ziggler. Like every time somebody breaks up with him, they're like, "Oh, he was trash." Like even Amy Schumer, back to her, was like, "He was the trashiest sex I've ever had in my life." Like
He drove 7 hours to have sex with Sonny. Not this Sonny, because that's gross.
Yo.
Tabby Lynn Sitch Sonny.
Uh-huh.
He was doing a show in Florida. She was doing something in Florida. He drove up and they had sex. It's fucking gross. She told the story on YouTube. I was so disgusted I almost stopped listening to it.
yeah, but you did it.
I didn't.
You did
I
it.
did because
Was it a conjugal visit for her or?
No, she was out. She was out. And it was really like that skeevy sex because he got injured during the match. He got color, but like the hard way. So he had like a a bruise and blood bandage, and Sonny said like he was over her, and the bandage was all bloody. It's like that's fucking gross.
Nasty.
And they
That
did
sounds
it.
like a nasty porn
That's
video.
that's some redneck.
You know,
then they fell asleep.
there's another joke in there somewhere that's
Did he
gross.
have gotten like I don't know, like a concussion or like can you get dizzy,
He
like
could have had-
losing
He
blood?
thought, he thought it was 1995.
He needed all the blood to like be coming out of the
having sex with
gas.
Sonny.
He could have had chlamydia of the forehead, and,
And
that
this
would have been
happened
a very
like in
cloudy day.
2015. Like this recently happened. This wasn't back in the day when he was in the Spirit Squad.
Oh, when she was big?
Yes, this happened like 2015. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was recent.
Well,
That's
that's a
why.
big
That's why he
sign.
probably did have a concussion.
That's a big
Yo,
sign.
it's
That's why he was on
1995.
Sonny was your size at that time.
Sonny.
Still is.
Sonny
Nice.
Unless like jail doesn't feed her.
That's true too. They
Yeah.
don't really serve
She
good
was
food.
out then, but Dolph Ziggler hit her. Tammy Lynn Sitch.
He's in a lot of things, bro.
He's hit
He
the
be out
Bellas.
here, yeah.
Tammy Sitch.
The Bellas, both of them.
You know what?
I
That's,
gotta
that's
tell them
pretty
apart.
dope.
I
That's
figured
pretty
it was
nice.
that. Yeah,
I'm not
that's-
even mad at
yeah.
that. Yeah, shout out to
They're
the
both
Bells.
so
That-
whiny.
That's a high five for that one.
Yeah.
But you won't watch Total Divas with me. But,
I won't watch Total Divas.
But it's a high five if you get to fuck them. Shut up.
yeah, that's
Making
totally
me
different than
mad.
having to watch them talk.
No, the Miz and Maurice are amazing on Total Divas.
Miz and Maurice.
Fuck Nikki and Brie. Listen to Nikki and Brie.
Oh my! We have to listen to. You know they talk during sex.
I
I'll
take
put headphones
option
on.
one.
I'll put headphones on.
You know they talk during
I
sex.
have
Oh my
cordless
God! Why are you
headphones.
not listening to me? I had a really long day.
You know
Oh my
what?
God! Let me tell you what
I'll
Breeze
have
is.
cordless headphones on and I'll just be playing the AJ Lee theme song in my head and repeat.
And this sounds like a great. This sounds like a great way to promote the AirPods.
For real.
Wow.
So,
Heard him though.
Or wireless beats.
He's on punishment for that. Fuck, Nikki and Brie. Heard you.
No,
Okay.
I'm just
No,
saying.
no, 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 no.
It's just
It's
I'm
been
just saying.
said. It's been said,
No,
bro.
I'm just saying.
It's
What's
been
the difference?
said.
I'm just saying.
It's
Which
been
one would I
said.
rather
no,
do?
no. It's okay. Remember,
I'm
we're
not saying I
home
would do it
together.
now.
No,
I
it's
wouldn't do
fine.
it now.
No, it's cool.
I'm just saying what I would rather
Teddy?
do.
Thank you, Ted.
so
The year is 1998.
Ooh.
okay.
You were 13.
Sonny was 26.
He just celebrated his 50th.
Fucking hate you guys.
And Mark Merrow walks into a meeting with Vince McMahon with Sable. And Vince looks at Sable and goes, "No, thank you."
Wow.
And then he looks at Terry Reynolds and says, "You know, we don't need you either." Sonny, Tammy Lynn Sitch, and Chris Candinos, Vince says, "Not this year. I am erasing all the original divas, which means I'm erasing the sex of the Attitude Era. Does the Attitude Era succeed?" So that means no Terry, no Jacqueline, no Ivory, no Sable, no... Are you ready? Put the fucking phone down. I'm talking to you, young lady.
It's Daddy.
No China.
Ooh.
Wow.
What does the business look like?
Okay, so
Talk
real
to
quick,
me nice, yo. Talk to me nice. How the business look?
I think China's still there because China looked
No,
very
I'm-
mannish.
No,
China
I'm
was
a-
there before 98.
Vince says no women. What does the business look like in the Attitude Era?
Fucking
now?
A
New Japan.
sausage fest.
It looks like New Japan.
It looks like New Japan.
So he's erasing the sex of the Attitude Era. So what does the business look? Does the
It
Attitude Era succeed?
entirely erasing the sex of the Attitude Era.
The last
or-
woman there is Sherry Martel.
Oh shit.
And Vince says, "You know what? We're done with women here."
Oh damn.
It becomes a completely hardcore show.
Like ECW?
I think it becomes worse than ECW because there's no
And
women.
things like Shimmer and Glow would be huge.
But the
you
thing
know?
is
like,
that
it,
it
would stood
also-
around longer.
Women's wrestling would be
like,
bigger,
Women's
probably.
like wrestling their own shows
Yeah.
would have been way bigger, and we would have just not been integrated as much.
Would it?
But here's the thing. It contradicts one of the things that Vince was trying to do, which is make it mainstream entertainment.
Yeah.
So
But let's say he's
We're not
just-
being logical here,
Let's
though.
just say he's sexist
Stop
and
trying
he's
to-
like,
yeah.
women
Okay.
not here. So we don't get Trish or Lita.
Wow.
okay.
Without Trish or Lita, we don't get a lot of women's wrestling in that factor.
Yeah,
I
without
don't.
question.
I
I
don't
don't get
think.
AJ Lee if Tristan Lita's not there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
AJ Lee doesn't get
the
a husband.
absence of all of those women kill the inspiration of the women now wrestling.
Very
so
true.
we probably don't get Shimmer. We probably don't get Stardom.
We don't
probably,
get Charlotte.
We don't get a lot of these companies when you really
You know what?
think
I
of it.
disagree. I think we do get those companies. And
Do we
those
get it now or do we get it in another 10?
I don't
no,
think
I,
you
I,
need.
no, I think those companies actually, in a way, I kind of feel like those companies become bigger
That's what I said.
because of the absence of of women in WWF or WWE
You
at
have
the
to
time.
remember,
She's
all of
on
these
that too.
girls are not wrestling because they saw women wrestlers and that was their inspiration. Bailey's inspired by Macho Man. Sasha's inspired by Eddie Guerrero. You don't need women wrestlers to be like, I don't need to see a woman wrestling to be like, oh, I could do that too.
Okay, but some of them will say I was inspired by Trish Stratus.
No, yeah, and that's fine. But it's not that you wouldn't get what he was saying is that you're not gonna get any women wrestlers because
Vince
they
says
were
no.
But he was saying because they were inspired by these women. Women can still be inspired by men
Yeah.
and want to wrestle.
And then
So they could have found different outlets to do that. And kind of like maybe more rebelled a little bit more and been like, oh, fuck y'all. Y'all don't want us on that show. We're going to do this because we watched this growing up and I know I can do this too.
The
So
thing
for-
is,
so
I
f-
don't. but see, here's the thing. I don't know if we still get that because prior to the Attitude Era, the only real big wrestling female, like wrestling circuit was the Women of Wrestling. Wow, or Glow actually. Glow. I'm
No,
sorry.
okay. So
Glow.
yeah.
So
Gorgeous
Glow was
Ladies
the
of
gorgeous
Wrestling.
ladies of wrestling was there, but again, theirs was still sex sells. That was kind of how they're looking.
And I get that.
But that was inspired by
Let me
Vince.
fast forward to now. The women of today don't have to do the sex sells. They don't have to have that angle. I think the absence of Sable, Sunny, Marlena, and all of them such, it never gave them the counterclash of saying, I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't want to do the sex part. I want to be physical. I want to wrestle. I want to fight like a man. I want to give a wrestling match and have people tell a story in that way.
All right.
I don't know if we get that still
Wait.
with
And-
the
and-
absence of these women because who's going to be running those shows? Who's going to be owning
Okay.
those companies?
Okay.
You know
so
what
wait.
I mean?
So wait. Hold up.
Are
Men
they
can
gonna-
own those companies.
But
But-
are
but
they
here-
going to
but-
look at
but
it
here's
as
my-
sex sells because there never was one there in
No,
the
but-
main
or
industry?
Or maybe
But
we
here's the
don't
thing.
wait
We're not gonna
because
go that
we
route.
don't have those women. They never get influenced by sex sells. So they don't need to think sex
But
sells.
Glow was sex sells.
because of what they saw.
All right. Okay. So you know what? I get those points, but let's go a different route and fast forward in time. Women want to do what the men are doing in wrestling. They're not getting an outlet. What happens to people who don't have an outlet? They create their own.
They create one.
Yeah.
So then women start doing their own shows. They start, if, we look at the women that we see now, and they would make it successful. It would be its own thing, an indie,
Because you got to look at like
and then look at WWE, who always looks at other trends, even though they tend to be a little bit behind. When they're looking at those trends, at some point they would bring in
Yeah,
those
it would be much later,
the
of
women
course,
division, and in all reality, the women might be actually better for it, even though it would take longer, because it would be brought in the same way you bringing in indie stars now.
or like lucha wrestlers who were big
yeah,
in
so-
Mexico and whatnot, and now they're getting
So
their
like,
shine
so
here.
exactly, so like,
Or
think,
Japanese wrestlers, or New Japan wrestlers.
so like, think
and
about
they
like
get
this.
the-
So
okay, I
like,
see.
you know how you had the invasion of all these Ring of Honor talents because they were blowing up on the independent scene.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have an influx of all these female talents coming in that will probably be highlighted even higher sooner and more substantial than the women that we've had on and off over time, where they'll get 5 minutes, then they'll get a half an hour, then they'll get 5 minutes again.
I think the problem is sometimes too, a lot of men, not all men, but a lot of men see things as if men don't open the doors for these women, then they're not gonna get in. And it's like, we don't need y'all. Women open their own doors and they can create their own things. And without seeing that sex sells things and without little girls seeing the whole train and shit, if I was watching wrestling without any females on it, I would have never been like, oh, I want to be on the whole train. I'd be like, no, I want to be like the guy in the ring. Like, I want to make this happen. And it makes you more determined. And I don't think there would have been a lack of that because there were no women wrestlers. Like, it would have lit a fire under more asses, and it would have avoided all those years that the women were dragged in the mud. Literally in mud wrestling.
Oh, shout out to mud wrestling matches.
True.
Stacy Keebler was in a mud match. Nez, I got a question. What does the Attitude Era look like without China there? What does DX do? There's no China. What does it look like?
Still DX to me.
You think DX would have been successful without China?
Yeah. Well, for the most part, there's certain parts where she was important with regarding Triple H.
So
but
she's not there. Does he succeed?
not as much.
So then maybe
Regarding
You
the
don't get the
controversy and
Stephanie
everything.
Triple H storyline, probably. You don't get the backstage stuff of China. with
You would
Triple
still
H.
get
No,
the
you get-
Triple H and
yeah.
Stephanie because that's his daughter,
Yeah.
regardless. So she would have still been like the bad
Exactly. You still
person.
get
She would have
that.
been wrestling, but she still would have been like one of the like, oh, that's the daughter of Vince
But
McMahon.
you know
Would
what?
he have put
Actually, in a way,
would he
you
have
don't.
put her on TV if he was saying no women?
He said
Like,
no
let's-
women wrestling.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah, let's put in a world of he said no women because he said that. Teddy
So
said
then-
Teddy said no
So
women.
then
thought about
Steph
Stephanie.
rebels and Steph creates her own shit.
You know what I thought? If Vince didn't allow women, ECW would have been a ladies' federation. It would have been an underground type thing where women did that hardcore shit because there was no outlet for them.
And back
ECW
then,
would have been
grunge and all that shit was
Yeah.
in. So all these bitches look dirty. So they would have definitely wrestled.
There's
and,
there's
like,
your route there.
Yeah.
So I
That's the
think
route.
I was just thinking it would have been
It would have
an
been
underground
ECW.
thing. The ECW would have been for ladies coming in.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, Fred, seen it.
Estrogen Championship Wrestling. Perfect.
Wow.
Got it.
Estrogen Championship Wrestling.
Got it. There we go.
It wouldn't be easy that they have to change it to like HCW Hyman Championship.
Oh,
Wrestling
that's
or
true.
something.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah, y'all both.
A VCW
Wow.
Vagina
There,
Championship
V,
Wrestling.
there you go. I was like, there was the V right there. I was waiting for y'all. What happened?
I was just trying to get in.
Yeah, I was waiting for him because VCRs and shit. I thought
Well,
it
you know,
was
it
gonna
takes
be
a while.
quick.
It's a little
Yeah,
slow, the
he's
cholesterol
old.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I-
just so everybody.
I'm waiting for Tyra to say BCW. Bitches Championship Wrestling.
Don't act like you know me, Sonny. Are you joking me?
Outside of a Shimmer show, those bitches were good out there.
Yo, those bitches was amazing.
WWE
No.
has the Divas, TNA has the Knockouts. We have on BET the bitches. This is a bitch championship match for one fall. For
Well,
the,
that's what I thought
It's
BCW
we got a
was.
lumber bitch match.
And the championship bitch versus the challenger
oh
bitch.
my god! And R. Kelly's
And they
the
would
general
embrace the
manager.
word
Love it.
bitch, and they would take the word bitch back, and
Because
they
that
would
was
make
around
it
the same
theirs.
time where that song, like, I'm a bitch, I'm a mother.
That would have been everyone's theme song.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Cheryl Crow.
Wow.
Teddy said R. Kelly be the general manager.
I just see him coming out with the microphone. All right, bitches, listen up. We're gonna have us a bitch match in here.
Instead of
be
mud
like,
matches, it's piss matches.
Singing for no reason. The match never starts because he's still singing the Star Spangled Banner. Like, yo, my man, shut up. Like,
It would have been a lot of underage wrestlers, though, and he would have been pissing all over.
wow.
Just imagine. All right, bitches.
You
this
made
is
it
a-
weird.
This is a pee match.
No.
This is a piss on a pole match.
A loser piss all match.
Oh my god! I just see little 6-year-olds. Oh, mommy, it's a piss on a pole match. The world is ruined. I can't, Sonny. I can't.
Yeah, you made it weird, bro. Why was he involved in this?
I'm just thinking, who would be the general manager
first
if
favorite-
ECW was an all women's organization? Who would be the GM?
Courtney Love.
That old
She wasn't old back then.
haggard white
She wasn't
woman.
old back then. She was on drugs, and she was like everybody loved her
She
no
just
matter
lost
what.
Kurt
She was
Cobain because he
messy.
killed himself.
Yeah, so she needed to invest her energy into something, and she was the Paul Heyman. She was somebody's manager or
She would have
something.
brought this dude from the Smashing Pumpkins to write.
Billy
to
Corgan.
Yeah, to do.
We would have gotten Billy Corgan probably.
Yeah.
How
I
come we don't
mean,
get Billy
it's
Corgan?
not horrible. It's not horrible.
I don't know.
It's a very
Courtney Love.
rose lens way to look
But
at it,
can we
I can see it
agree?
happen.
Can we agree that women do not need men to be inspired to do things?
Sure.
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
Heard you.
I'm
He's gonna wash his own laundry this week.
Yeah.
I know the perfect general manager for ECW, all women's organization.
Selena.
O.J. Simpson.
Yo!
Sonny, on that note, Sonny, I will say it. Take us home.
Those are the thoughts and opinions of Teddy, and they do not represent the thoughts or opinions of Yep, I Like Wrestling, Marsha Clark, or or Mr. Darden.
Every episode of BCW starts with a white Bronco pulling up backstage. OJ stepping out. Oh, I love it.
But he would you gotta imagine all the jokes that he had. He would have killed the audience.
Wow.
Yo, wait.
See what you did that time.
Wait. It's, you know how like Vince used to have his stooges? Wouldn't it be Al Cowens?
Oh, Al Callig, Kim Kardashian's
Kim
dad. He
Kardashian's
wasn't
dad.
in. Yeah. Oh, the OJ trial. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh man.
Kato Kalin's a referee. Sonny, take us home, please.
We would have had Kim Kardashian like the Stephanie McMahon of these things because she
That's
would have
true,
been coming
yes.
out and doing all of that.
Our daddy was there.
Or Chloe because OJ's her father, so she
Yeah, that's
definitely
very
would've been
true.
there.
And
Yeah.
she's the size of a wrestler, too.
No, Chloe would be wrestling in WWE.
She's the size of Samoa Joe.
So thank you for joining us for episode 89 of the Yep, I Like Wrestling
as
podcast.
big as a duplex.
The Midian of the Kardashians.
Wow. Or the Blue Meanie. But thank you for joining us.
Whoa.
As always, we love doing this podcast for you.
Oh,
Gentlemen.
damn. That
Piss on a
means
pole
Caitlyn
match.
Jenner's an announcer? I don't like this anymore.
Oh.
I don't like this.
Would he still be Bruce?
No, he still be Bruce because
still be Bruce Jenner.
for some reason Kim's dad never dies, so he stays alive. Chris and him are still
That's
together.
true.
Bruce
Oh.
never has the courage to come out because he wasn't wearing her dresses.
Anymore.
So much has
Yeah.
happened with
Yeah.
this Sonny.
So this is our
Dream episode.
This is our Thanos snap
remaking,
episode.
Yeah,
Thanos'
Thanos'
snap,
that shit.
remaking history. Or if you ever see the movie Yesterday, that's us doing the same thing. So thank you for
Somebody
joining
got
Make
us.
sure you go watch Yesterday.
Yeah.
In theaters, everyone.
Yeah, I actually saw it on Monday. It was
This is
good.
not an ad, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know
not
why.
at all.
We're not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
Please stop mentioning them. They don't pay
Yeah,
us.
stop
Sonny,
mentioning.
I have a question.
What?
What does a Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast look if the general manager never existed?
Much better.
Wow.
I felt that in my heart.
Did you feel it in your cock?
Which just happens to be over your heart.
Shout out to all the dicks out there listening.
Oh, I was
By
gonna say
Thank you.
to the shirt that he's wearing right now. So, yeah, I don't know how would it look.
Depressing.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't be here as much.
Huh?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty
it's
sad.
like you're here every week now.
You're right. You're right.
How about you,
Touche.
Paige?
It'd be pretty sad. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would do without all the innuendos
How about you, intern?
and the knowledge.
It would have been dry.
Because I'm
No one's
always.
sliding.
Because nobody makes Nez wet better than the general manager Teddy.
It's funny.
Because it's true.
Fucking Guadalupe.
we
Actually,
wouldn't be able to
without
do
the
the gay
general-
jokes.
What's that?
We couldn't do the gay jokes
You
as much
couldn't.
because we don't have a buffer. I'm like, it's okay because Teddy's gay. No, we can't do that
And a
anymore.
lot
yeah.
less black jokes because this was only half black, so it would be a lot less black jokes.
I'm black where it counts, people.
And actually, your number two would be him. He wouldn't be the intern. He would actually be the number two on this podcast.
Yeah, that's very true.
Guadalupe wouldn't be a thing.
Oh, yeah,
And you would still call it Guadalupe.
Oh, sorry, Teddy.
So much happens. So much happens.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's the deal.
No more
So,
hat. No more the famous hat.
oh, yeah, the hat wouldn't exist.
Hat sales would dramatically drop.
There wouldn't be a Yep, I Like Wrestling t-shirt for with the disclaimer on it. There wouldn't be disclaimers.
They
That
wouldn't.
is
be any
true.
disclaimers.
This podcast would suck ass. Oh my
There
God.
wouldn't be disclaimers.
Oh, he started this.
Yeah, because he used to say so much shit that I was like, oh, fuck.
He'd be like, imagine if Vince and Triple H were fucking, and then Stephanie walked in, and we'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
The thoughts and opinions of Teddy are his, and they
Yeah,
do
they
not represent the
wouldn't be.
thoughts or opinions of Yep, I Like
No
Wrestling.
disclaimers. This podcast sucks. Well, listen, as I told Steph Duviella on Unpopular Review, if anyone else can do it better than me, I would love to sit back with my feet up, well, around my head, and watch someone do it better than me, Sonny. Like, so if I wasn't on this podcast, I don't know what it would look like. It would be a lot less sexy, but I am so willing to sit back and see this happen. Sonny,
Okay, so if you think you could be the general manager,
I just want to see you. I want to see how this works, Sonny.
send a message to the Yep, I Like Wrestling account on the page, and we'll see what you got. So send us a video of 30 seconds of
Oh,
you
God.
being the general manager.
Keep your clothes on.
Keep your clothes
Yeah,
on and please
please.
just talk.
Yeah, exactly.
talk.
And send it to our Yep, I Like Wrestling Facebook page, which is facebook.com/YEPILW. And we'll review your submissions there.
Means Tara moves into third position. No offense, Beige, but now Tara's in the third
okay.
position now.
Always get her.
How
from
do I
behind.
get third?
I
Why
don't-
am I not second?
You're firmly between Kevin and Sonny, because if I'm not here, you're the third. It's an Eiffel Tower with Kevin.
So imagine a world where the Glamazon's not on this podcast.
That means Beige is now in an Eiffel Tower with Kevin and Sonny.
Imagine a world without beige on this
Sonny,
podcast.
they're dropping like flies. Stop it. Stop
Will
the
you
bleeding.
stop saying Eiffel Tower with me and Curvin?
Oh, God, it's just going to be Sonny and Nez Eiffel Towering themselves. I don't like
Oh,
when it's
yeah.
entire.
Will you
Wait.
stop?
There is no
Anyway,
Sword fighting.
send your submissions to our Facebook page. We'll review it, and we'll let you know how the submissions are looking.
And look forward to my branch off podcast, Gabbing Glamazon, because I'm not doing this shit if Teddy's not here.
Gavin, Glamazon.
Hello. Hello.
Gavin
Hey,
Is it better than gobbling?
Listen, let me ask you this.
do that
Do you
later,
want to go do your own podcast where you don't get paid, or do you want to do this one where you don't get paid but get wine?
But I don't get Teddy.
Shout out to Chad.
Oh.
I'm begging you to leave that in.
I'm begging you to leave it in.
All right,
He's going back to Newark soon. You can tell. He's practicing.
So on that note, we shall wait for your submissions. And on behalf of today's episode, my name is Sunny Sofrito, and today I was joined by,
The incredible intern Naz.
Oh my God.
and I was also joined today by,
the Glamazon Tara Marie.
and I was also joined today by,
Steph McNasty, a.k.a. Beige Benoit.
and finally, I was also joined today by,
Oh, the greatest general manager in Yep, I Like Wrestling history.
for now.
Eva.
Alpha. Forever.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Peace out.
Bye. Love you.
Love you, Teddy.
Suck at that, Teddy.
That was needy. My God.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing out there? I know y'all driving home right now. So I'm going to put on a little Adele just to get you in the mood for that special someone that's waiting for you at home. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
This is going out to all the ladies.
Ay.
Some of the men.
So you want them to cry? Like, I would put on Adele. They're about to get in the mood and start having sex, and then all of a sudden she's like, y'all remember when you, like, cheated on me? Like, why would you play Adele?
Nothing says good sex like crying stay.
Hello.
Tara,
Sir?
I have gotten so much sex thanks to an Adele album. It is like catnip for gay men. You
Okay.
get them crying, boom! There you go. You got it. So thank you, Adele. If you're listening, Adele, thank you for all the filthy things you've done to me. Thank you.
All the cocks that have been on his
She'd
chest.
be
outside of
so
his shirt.
proud, too, because she's a nasty bitch. I love her.
Yo, you know what's
She a
crazy?
freca.
I've ever since the first time I saw her at an award show, I always call her man hands.
Man hands?
Yo, she got some big
Wow.
fucking hands, bro.
Everything else to match, too.
Yeah.
You're so rude.
Wow.
Those
Sexist.
standards for women.
No, is it rude? Is it sexist to call her man hands? She got big
Yes.
fucking hands.
Yes.
It is literally sexist to
Actually
call her.
terrible to do
It's,
it.
you literally said man hands.
Yo, look at her hands
Her.
next time you see her on TV.
You,
You
are
know-
the reason she sings the way she does, because people have been making fun of her forever. That is why she is
Oh
the
no,
greatest
no.
singer.
I think she's beautiful and she has a great voice.
If that's the case,
but she
you
got
should
some
be
big
making fun
fucking
of her.
hands.
That's why she sings so sadly.
Because
people
her
make
hands
fun
are
of her.
big?
No, because people make fun of her for things that she can't control.
I don't listen to men who just gotta wake up and shine their head. So
Oh,
I'm not doing this
Sonny.
with him today.
Welcome to the Yep, I Like Wrestling podcast,
Do you all
where
still
we
talk
talk about
this?
Adele.
Oh,
We still talk about wrestling?
do
This
we?
should tell you
Yeah.
how the week went, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like Teddy's our celebrity that we never get to see, and we should just
I
interview
know.
him.
Oh yeah, right.
Let's interview Teddy.
Oh
I had
yeah.
a week off.
Teddy,
Yes.
tell us about your week.
It was
Never
fun.
mind, I was just kidding.
Oh,
So
Sonny.
He's just scared of the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
There's too many Puerto Ricans for you.
It was a lot of you all last week. A
Oh
lot.
yeah, they're really. Gracias pa. Tienen más. Oh, yeah.
Sunny Dead ordered a heart attack.
It's for all of us to
Take a swim in? That thing is huge.
So, well,
So is the
little
thing
bit.
on your chest.
Oh! For those of you at home who don't get that joke, I am wearing a tank top with a rooster on it.
or
hashtag.
a cock.
A cock.
Dick. Cock.
We've learned so many slang words.
It's a Buddy and a Murphy.
A buddy, a Murphy, a cock, a dick, a Willie, a Roger,
We've learned so many things.
a ping.
Arse.
Arse.
And slags, which
Oh,
made you
Oh,
laugh.
that's British slang, yes.
Yeah, we've
I
learned
don't,
things.
I don't want to mug you off.
Oh, yeah, pie me off. Don't pie me off,
Don't pie
bruh.
me off.
Why would
Oh.
you pie me off, bruv?
Hey, would you like to smoke a fag?
No, we're not doing that. Nobody wants to smoke
Sonny always
Teddy.
ruins
No.
it. Ruins it. Okay, I have a quiz. What's a snog?
When you're
Snog?
kissing.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Snog is kissing. Snogging is kissing.
Do another one. Do another one.
What's a shag?
Fuck
Having
him.
sex.
Fuck
Yes. Oh, you all are so good, so good.
Yo, can we talk about Nez last week? Every time we had the mic.
Yo,
Yeah, okay.
yo, you were fucking nervous as
He was
hell.
like this. So, like, when did you know you wanted to be a wrestler?
Yo,
I love her so much.
Yo, it was so cute.
So cute. He was so excited from the moment Sonny said LAX is here. I just know he ran home, got his good shirt, his good sneakers. He put them on the bed. He laid them out. He was ready.
He ironed it
was
the night
ready.
before like
He
it was the
did.
first day.
And the
of school.
funny thing
he
is that
did.
Ortiz knew that shit. He was like, oh, he's.
I could hear it in his voice when I was listening to the podcast for the 3 hours it took me on that train to finish. I knew he was excited. I knew he was.
I got here at Parts Unknown at around 6:30 or so, like a half hour before we were supposed to record. I see Nez. I see Ortiz. Nez is like, I've been here for an hour. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like,
he was ready.
no one gets to their job that early,
was
and we don't
ready.
even get paid for this.
He was so excited.
This is the first time I actually got up in the afternoon to do something productive.
He was so excited.
I was ready to
Find
go.
this man a job.
Please.
Well, where you get paid.
That pays.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Target's hiring.